All right. Just wanted to give the quick like 30 seconds to start up, make sure there's no problems. We are good. All right, ladies and gentlemen, today I want to talk about something I've been meaning to talk about for a minute. That is basically our Sonic cast. Our Sonic cast. Just a cast of Sonic in general, right? Now, as you saw from the thumbnail, our cast may be washed. May be washed. Interesting thing popped up. Was this come out this morning? No, it came out last night. This kid came out a little bit last night. I found it this morning because mutual of mine on Twitter retweeted it and we were talking about it. But we're gonna read through all of this and we're gonna dissect it just a little bit. Got the image over here. Let me what is it? F11? Hold on. Function. Yes, sir. There it is. All right. This is just an over what would you say? This is like a review of everyone so far. Currently. This is to date. Comics and all. Comics and all. Now let's start with Sonic. Generally fine, except for the tendency to be grandiose and preachy about his ideology. He doesn't grandstand ever. IDW has gotten this wrong more than once. Acts wishy-washy recently, overly aggressive, fluctuating actual level, and general lack of interest in things is harming more than it is doing good. All right. Now, this I can kind of agree with. The whole preachy thing, right? Is like an IDW thing. It's a comic thing. It doesn't really pop up in the games too much, so you don't notice it. But I can definitely agree with the wishy-washy for sure. For some weird reason, Sonic in the games acts better or no slightly differently than he does in like side content. A good example is a good example right now is the Chaotix. Let me actually go to it. The Chaotix freaking I'm on the wrong tab. Sonic. Oh wait, I have a notification. I'm stupid. One second, here it is. The Chaotix case files. We're not gonna listen to this entire thing. That shit is loud too. Actually, turn that shit down. But in multiple instances, Sonic acts more energetic in side content than he does in the actual games, and even in Cross Worlds, there are some character moments where I'm like, it's a bit too much. They kind it feels like that they aren't confident in having Sonic act the way that he should act, so they make him act more like a generic speedster. It's you wouldn't really notice this if you're a new fan, but as someone who's been with this series for 20 plus years, like I came out the womb a Sonic fan. This is in my DNA. My uncles and my father were playing Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 and they were racing each other. This is in my blood. So I should know relatively well how these characters should be acting, but it is just something that you notice more and more, especially nowadays. It's why during the 2010s it was a big fallout because Sonic wasn't really acting like Sonic. He was just acting like Phil. I don't know. I don't know. The Flash, I guess. I don't know. He wasn't Sonic the Hedgehog properly, I guess you can say. But it has been better so far. But for some reason, they're still making Sonic more energetic in side content than he is in the games, and it's off-putting when you're a long-time fan. You can notice it. Other than that, I think he is fine. My biggest issue right now is the voice direction for him, but that's a whole other topic. Let's go to Tails now. Tails, relegated to the unfortunate instance of acting as a lore mouthpiece for the series, stuck as the smart one, isn't really allowed to be his own character. If he's not handling a gadget, he's acting as a poor mirror copy of Sonic without any substance. People want him to be the underdog that surpasses Sonic, a victim of never being allowed to really grow up. Never being allowed. I'm not really sure. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I agree with this. Um. Hmm. can I say about Tails? See, I feel like with Tails, and honestly with the a lot of characters on this list, they kind of we've kind of gotten to a point in the series where it's like they're too afraid to use these characters, or they have no idea what to use these characters with, to do with these characters, I should say. It's like with Frontiers. Frontiers was like a big band-aid, I guess you could say. It's like, oh hey, we're reaffirming our reviews on these characters and we want them to act this way. But it's like they don't actually act that way in Frontiers. It's like in Frontiers, Tails is like, I gotta go on my own for a while. I gotta be myself. I'm like, yeah, we know. You should have been yourself a while ago. You had this whole arc in Sonic Adventure. And then you locked in Sonic Adventure 2, and then ever since then you just kind of stopped. But with Tails, it's like Tails has his own uses and things that he should be able to do other than Sonic. Like, yeah, him being the smart one is obviously like, a big shtick, but it isn't. It actually, this is actually another topic. I'm gonna derail for a second. There's actually another topic that has been played on more recently. Yeah, Tails being the smart one, and now they're doing the stereotypical smart nigga stuff where it's like, oh, I use big words and speak in a elegant manner. I always have my glasses on because I'm smarter than everyone else in the room. I'm like, yeah, Tails never did that, or at least if he did, it was very rare. I remember he did it in what is it? When he was talking to Knuckles and Sonic Riders, when he was talking about the extreme gear, and then Knuckles was Knuckles was losing his mind. That's a fun little cartoon moment. I think in moments like that, where it's supposed to be more comedy related, it's fine, but it shouldn't be his main gimmick. Like Tails is still someone who is on par with Sonic, and he can handle his own adventures. Mm. But yeah, I think it's more like he's relegated to just being a side character. But we gotta give Tails his own stories. Another thing that what is it? This I was on a stream. No, I was watching a local Yap TV stream a couple of months back. We were talking about this. You know how like in Sonic Adventure 2, or actually no, let me not even start like that. You know how Eggman is supposed to be the what is it? The antithesis of humanity, and Sonic's supposed to be antithesis of nature. Sorry, words are hard. It's kind of like you could have Tails and Eggman have that similar dynamic, but in the instead of like humanity versus nature, you have like the uses of technology. How Tails would probably use technology for good, and Eggman would use it for evil. That was basically the type of conversation that me and chat and Yoko local Yap were having. Man, I'm stuttering like crazy. I'm sorry. But it like you just gotta let Tails shine with his own interesting, unique stories. Because there's stories you can really have with Tails that you can't have with Sonic or anyone else. Now that goes for everyone on this list too. Knuckles will never be allowed to be any kind of deep. Never be allowed to be any kind of deep ever again. Okay. Try to set this up with the prologue animation for Frontiers, only for it to go nowhere. True. If he isn't being sarcastically bored, he's forced to be dumb as rocks. Okay, this is more Boom Knuckles. He was spiritually his spirituality was stripped for surface level humor, and he cannot develop as a person now that the beginnings are forever off the table. I think that this is because of the nigga who wrote Archie Sonic. What, Ken Penders, I think that's his name. Pretty sure that's his name. Frontiers happen, but thanks to IDW, comic has regressed as a character forced to the Master Emerald for the foreseeable future. Okay, they are the echidnas really just like off the table, like completely, completely. Hold on, 1 second. I'm gonna Google search this. Why can't Sega make new echidna? Is this how I spell it, right? Sega. Oh, is this a? Well, let's go to Reddit. Okay, so Campfire stop Sega from putting new echidnas on the games. No, Sega has their own echidna races that if they wanted to build on, they could, but they don't because Knuckles is supposed to be the last of his kind. Depends only to the rights to the characters he created, not the race or comics. Oh, so they can? Except Sonic Chronicles, it can spitefully suing Sega for copyright infringement. Dang, man, that nigga was petty. I forgot about this. Nigga was petty as fuck. Sure, it didn't end up going anywhere in Ken's favor, but the wasted effort Sega had to put up with ultimately resulted in Chronicles not getting any proper continuation. Oh. Well, okay, the game was already asked to begin with, so. Alright. I'm gonna do a bit more research off that off stream. Okay, so wrong tab. Knuckles. I think Knuckles is actually better now for sure, because I think Sonic Boom Knuckles was just Sonic Boom was just something completely fucking different, bro. And then they tried to make Knuckles too serious in Forces, where he was a war general, and then he had that terrible plan and got over 100 niggas killed, bro. Got his entire army wiped out. I'm like, bro, did you not think this through? You're actually pretty fucking smart. Like Knuckles being smart and having more spirituality is a good thing for his character. Now the whole like echidna thing, it's fine that he's the last of his race because we get to learn more of the echidnas through this way. And him being stuck in the Master Emerald is, yeah, I can admit it is kind of stupid at times. But but there was one tweet from Daniel Barnes a while back where he said that Knuckles can actually stay stuck to the Master Emerald, but he can still go out on adventures because the Master Emerald is like this omnipresent, omniscient thing, right? And it could show Knuckles visions, no, like images, I should say, of the places where he should go, like how it did in Sonic Adventure, where he was rebuilding the Master Emerald, and it showed him where the rest of the Emerald shards were, and they were on the egg carrier, and I was like, oh, that's fucking cool as shit. And when Daniel Barnes brought that up, I'm like, oh yeah, that's freaking brilliant. And that would be a great way for Knuckles to interact with other characters, like listen, listen, just have an interact with Rouge, bro. I'm sorry. I like the shit better than Shadow and Rouge. I'll be honest. Knuckles and Rouge make far more sense. All right, but sorry, I'm not shipping dollar right now. I'm a power scaling, son. My bad. Like I think like once again, Knuckles is like Silver. He is naive, but he is not stupid. The only reason he gets tricked as often as he does is because his lack of contact with people. He's more introverted, so he's supposed to be like just this more stoic, more responsible character. He's very determined to do his duty guarding the Master Emerald, even though he doesn't know why he's supposed to be doing that. The Frontiers thing, yeah, Frontiers is long and gone. We can just forget about that. It was cool though to give him some extra limelight, but yeah, I think we just gotta have Knuckles learn more about his people, and the Master Emerald just sending him off on missions. I think that would be fine. But honestly, I think he's okay. I think he's okay. Once again, another issue with the voice. Actually, no. Actually, the voice direction right now is solid. Let me go back. Voice direction right now is solid as hell. Cause let's go back to this. And what was it? The first episode. Why am I on this again? Oh, right. Cause I went. Stop. I was watching Bleach power scaling video earlier. My fault. That's live, idiot. It was this one, right? Voice direction is solid. Oh wait, can y'all hear this? Oh, you can't. I'm stupid as fuck. I'm stupid as hell. My bad. 1 second. All right, 1 second. Let me fix this real quick. Audio. Yeah, my bad. There we go. There we go. All right, cool. Like he sounds great right here.
This time. What do you need?
Well, see, an artifact got stolen from the museum.
Can you tell us where you... Oh, then I was here. On this floating island? Where I make all the laws?
Yeah, much better as recently. But once again, voice direction is gonna be a whole other topic, but I might make like a short for that or something. Anyway, I think he's perfectly fine now. But just give us like a treasure hunting like comic or something with him. That would be perfect for him. But I think he's okay right now. All right, Amy has next to no character now. All right, we're starting off strong. Her defining trait is love, and even that's ambiguous to its purpose. They won't let her be physically strong, agile, or cunning, so she's the biggest victim of shonen bystander syndrome. Oh, okay. Her love for Sonic is non-existent. Okay, actually, no. You're watching through the English side. Yeah, that's kind of fair. And she literally serves zero purpose for anything at this point in time. Her lack of presence, but mandated appearances, has done more damage than not. Okay, I'm not on the fence about Amy at all, truth be told. I think when it comes to Amy, my thing is, well, do I even have anything? I don't have anything against Amy. I'll admit, I was not the biggest fan of Amy, but it wasn't because of the fact that I didn't like her. It was just because of the fact that I got this nigga, this nigga, this nigga, and this nigga all to contend with Amy. Oh, and Blaze too. And I'm like, okay, Amy, like I really don't care. You just kind of exist to me. Now that I'm paying closer attention to her, yeah, they are kind of character assassinating her like crazy. Like she is only good in the comics, and that's kind of sad. Frontiers made her too, I don't know the right word, empathetic, I guess you can say. Like she's supposed to be more bubbly, bright, happy. She's a bit more optimistic, just like I can't say girl. I can't say girl because girl doesn't do enough. But she's supposed to be, happy, energetic, and all that. And then Frontiers did the exact opposite, made her depressed. And I'm like, okay, this is kind of a really, this is kind of 180 for Amy's character. That's a little much, gang. I'm not gonna front. Let's see. Yeah, the love thing, we need a bit more work with that. I think, like, actually, no, we don't, because Amy's whole love thing is that she's just a nice girl. She wants to help people out. She's a nice person, high key. Amy's like the most relatable character in the series. She's a nice person. She wants to help people out. She wants to help everybody out. But she's not a pushover. She is not a pushover at all, bro. Like this girl is, I can't say on par with Knuckles, but she can hold her own weight. Especially in the comics too, where they show her being crazy strong. I'm like, oh yeah, all right, Amy, all right, you got that, sis. Good, good. I don't like the shonen bystander syndrome because, like, yeah, she does kind of fit that. Her love for Sonic, see, for me, actually no, it's fine. Actually no, it's fine. It's fine. There were a couple of moments in the franchise where I was like, okay, you're just doing a bit too much with this. But right now it's like non-existent, and I'm like, is it non-existent? It's not pushed enough, but at the same time, I feel like that's fine because she's so much more than just her love for Sonic. And I feel like some people don't talk about that enough. But yeah, she doesn't really serve any purpose. She's just kind of here. She's gotta be in the gang in a bit more. That's what I should be saying. You know how, like, in Heroes, right, or just like in any Sonic, in like multiple Sonic games, you have just these three. This is like the main trio. Yeah, have Knuckles guard the Master Emerald, and just have Amy do her own. Have Amy join in place of Knuckles because she could use some more spotlight. She's not in enough mainline games, especially she's not playable in enough mainline games either. What can we do with her though? I don't know. I feel like I can't really say Amy has enough to carry her own game. But at the same time, you could also just have a game where she's interacting with multiple different characters and going on like a little adventure. I don't know. But yeah, we need to work on Amy. I feel like Amy's probably one of the biggest character assassinations so far. And it's bad. It's really bad. All right, Shadow. Ah, boy. The biggest victim of overexposure is granted constant appearances in games, and more. Like Tails is not allowed to grow as a character or experience new things. Constant retreading of the same few plot point beats that has made him a tired presence in an already underutilized cast, overpowered but never allowed to do anything, cannot lose, cannot be nice at all, cannot express his emotions that don't have anything to do with Maria. Constant reminder that he looks exactly like Sonic. Okay, I feel like this one's good. This one's a bit much. That's the whole point, though. Nah. I feel like that's kind of the point. You don't have to constantly remind it. What do you mean constantly reminded? We we didn't talk about this at all in Shadow Gens. What? Let him rest or try new things. Okay. This one's gonna be a bit weird. See, look, the issue with Shadow is just the fact that as a franchise, right? Obviously, Sonic and the most popular characters should be getting the most spotlight and, like, you know, advertisement and all that. So Shadow, being the literal second most popular character in the series, should get a fair amount of spotlight. Also, having a whole year for him is fine, bro. We didn't have a whole year of any character before like 2022, before Frontiers dropped. Like, yeah, Shadow's got his own game, right? He's got Shadow the Hedgehog, but that kind of flopped. And ever since then, they just been like, all right, we gotta kill this guy. That was the start of the end, and then this nigga down here came along, and then it got even worse. But that was the start of the end. Now that we're putting these characters back in the spotlight, it's like, bro, I feel like it's fine. Like, I don't think it's a bad thing for the second most popular character to get extra spotlight. It's not like he's getting more spotlight than Sonic. I'll admit they are replacing some other characters with him where it should be. There was this one kickboxing or boxing promo, and they just replaced Knuckles, who would be perfect for it, with Shadow. That is like, yeah, that makes sense. With the whole retreading the past thing, I can see that. I can definitely see that. He's better in the comics. He experiences new things in the comics, but the games are a big issue because once again, you got Sonic Adventure 2, which focuses on Maria. You got Shadow the Hedgehog, which focuses on his mind and has little snippets of Maria here and there, or I guess for like a good fraction of the game. And then you got Shadow Gens, which also focuses on his past as well. But then you also have 06, which kind of focuses on his future. But then I got in-universe retconned, I guess you can say. Not like actually retcon, but in universe retcon, like it never happened, so he doesn't know, so he's acting differently. I am on the same boat of, yeah, we should have him try new things. I think after Shadow Gens, I don't want to hear about Maria for a long time. I want Shadow to have his own story. I want him to do I want him to do Shadow things, and Shadow things is not constantly going back to the past over and over and over again. You see, there's a reason. There's a slight little argument. You see a bunch of talks online about Sonic doing things that aren't Sonic related, right? Like, oh, I would love for Sonic to be written more this way or that way, but that's the whole reason why we got Shadow and why we got like Sonic, Tails, Knuckles. That's the whole reason why we got Triple S, bro. Because Sonic is always gonna act one way. Shadow's gonna always act one way, and Silver's gonna always act one way. So it's like, oh, you want Sonic to take it too far, do something that's actually like bad. That's why you got Shadow here. But I digress. Anyway, I feel like it's fine. Because when was the last time Shadow was really in like an advertisement, like Crossworlds? But even then that makes sense because it was Sonic, Knuckles, and Shadow. They're the three most popular characters in the series right now, so it makes sense. I feel like this is just complaining because of what's happening right now. But once again, some of this stuff should have been changed and been long fixed before the 2020s. Like we are literally we're 35 years into this. Wow, sorry, we're 35 years into this franchise. We should have had this shit locked in by now, but unfortunately, it is what it is. All right. Silver the Hedgehog. Quite literally, do not know what to do with him. Repeated flip-flopping on his state of being has led his actual ability in limbo. Either skilled or inexperienced, it is fed table scraps in the comics that acts as second fiddle to comic characters. They really want him to be the third big main character alongside Sonic and Shadow, but bad reputation has made this hard. He's as dumb or as clever as the writers want. He has no consistency as a person whatsoever, attached to Blaze thanks to one scene 20 years ago. Let me get my thoughts on this. First off, I'm not gonna lie. This nigga spitting. This nigga kind of spitting. I can't lie. I cannot lie to you. This nigga is actually spitting right now. There is. Now, mind you, I'm gonna preface this by saying Silver's my favorite character. I have made 2 videos. I'm about to make a 3rd video on Silver, and I still gotta do Sonic and everybody else. Just about other shit, but yeah, he's kind of spot on. I'll be so for real. I think the biggest issue, the biggest issue is that the debut game that he appeared in was Sonic 06, and that has been clouded on to be the worst Sonic game of all time, if not second worst, right behind Sonic Boom: Rise of Lyric. And then they tried to bring him back in Sonic Rivals, right? But those were PSP exclusives, and they were only in America. They weren't anywhere else. Barely, only like a third of the fan base actually knows about Sonic Rivals. I know because I played both the games on my PSP when I was like 6 years old. How old was I? I forgot. I had a dog. I don't remember. Anyway, I didn't have a freaking save state either. When it comes to Silver, yeah, I'll be honest, gang. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I could do better with Silver right now, and I know that's cocky as hell. I know that's arrogant as hell saying all that, but I'm just like, man, you can't keep writing my goat like this. This is my favorite character. I, above all else, should know how my favorite character should act in the series. I should know how he acts. I should know what his flaws are. I should know how to develop him properly. I should know all of this. Or at least have a good idea. And truth be told, they just aren't doing my GOAT justice. It's been better in recent times, but man, when IDW first started off, bro, man, that was probably my least favorite. That was probably the worst time to be a Silver the Hedgehog fan. I'll be so for real. Because, man, bro was getting nothing but clowned on, man. Nothing but clowned on. And it was a complete and total character assassination. They made him act so differently in comparison to how he was acting in 06 and Sonic Rivals. And it's just like, man, like, bro, why is he a fanboy? Like, why is he weak? It's like, bro, he was never any of this, right? He was never any of this. He is just as stoic as Sonic and Shadow. And it's only been recently portrayed. Like, he's taking the initiative. He doesn't need a mentor or babysitter. And it feels like he's actually getting back to the character who I fell in love with. Pause. Like his actual ability. I'm trying not to start. I'm not trying not to crash out. Like, I guess you could say, or like go on a tangent. I'm trying to keep this focused. When it comes to his actual skills and abilities, it's like, bro, this guy is supposed to be on par with Sonic and Shadow, but instead of being a speedster, he's a psychic. So yeah, he should be able to tag Sonic and Shadow. He should be able not to necessarily keep up with them or react. Like he can't keep up with them, but not in like a physical manner, in a more psychic manner. Like he's flying as fast as Sonic can run, and that Generations fight shows it. And like even in Gens, he has the best boss fight in Gens, And it goes to show you that, oh yeah, he actually is very powerful. He's actually powerful enough to give Sonic a run for his money. And that's good. That's good. And it's different because we have three speedsters. We have Blaze, Shadow, and Sonic. So having a different archetype that also isn't a speedster is very interesting. And also just the trio as well. It's like, bro, past, present, future. Like, yes, that was a whole trio. And I still want that trio back. Give me my 06 remake or something. I don't know. But yeah, no, they write Silver they write Silver more wishy-washy than Sonic. I'll be so for real. It's part of the reason why I still enjoy Archie Silver, even though it is a drastically different character. At least in Archie, he felt way more respected, and also felt like, okay, he was still somewhat inexperienced or somewhat still learning. He was growing as the story progressed, and that's what I like to see because he is a character like you know how like Luffy is a static character similar to Sonic, like how they both meant to represent freedom. That's why I made that Silver and Ichigo video because I'm like, bro, this is a character who should be looking more inwards, who should be taking moments of hesitation to figure out what he should be doing next. He's not like he's not like Sonic who just goes with the flow or anything, or like Shadow who's just like carving his own path through. He takes his time, he thinks about it, and he tries to understand his situation. And that's what I like to see. That's why I think he could be a great character. And I know that sounds cocky as fuck, but man, I just really don't like what they're doing with him right now. The Sonic Channel stuff, however, like there's this thing on Twitter called the Sonic Channel. They made like art and stuff. They have like little small character moments. They made like a little short story with Sonic and with Silver, and then one with Sonic and Shadow. The Sonic Channel stuff is like, okay, yeah, like they kind of understand them, which is good. So like they're slowly starting to understand what makes him so appealing. But we just need more in-game appearances and more good feats. I have a desk. More good feats. I need Silver upscale. I'm gonna be honest with you. I need Silver upscale. Let me see if I can go find that thing too. Actually, let me put this aside. You look at this for a second. Look at my wallpaper. The Sonic. Actually, no. I think Miju retweeted this like a while back. Did I spell her name wrong? Is it Muji? Oh, it's two eyes, idiot. There we go. This is like 3 days ago or something. I forgot. Also, this person makes some great art. That Sonic Channel also started a huge trend because it's like, man, everyone's drawing Silver with glasses now. Where is it? Here it is. I just gotta translate it because it's all in Japanese. Yes. Okay. All right, here we go. Yeah, this image has done numbers. I don't know why. But okay, here it is. Man, why is this translated so weird? Anyway, I think the appeal of Silver is his single-minded coolness, which is different from the solitary strength. What the fuck? Okay, hold on a second. This is why you can't translate anything from English. is there like an actual other version where I could read this in English where it's properly translated? Oh, here it is. Nope, never mind. It's the exact same site. Fuck, whatever. I would love to find Miju's tweet, but unfortunately, it's just not here for some reason. And she has just been doing nothing but retweeting Silverwood glasses. This is insane. Here it is. All right, found it. All right, this is an actual proper translation, so I don't get a stroke reading it. Unlike the coolness of fellow hedgehogs, Sonic, and the solitary strength of Shadow, Silver's charm lies in his earnestness and coolness as he learns, worries, and tries to move forward. See, that shit is based. That shit is based right there. I don't know why it doesn't say on this site. That shit is based right there. That's why I like Silver, because he's a hedgehog who is trying his best and tries to understand the situation better, and then learns to move forward the correct way. That's what makes Silver so based. But enough of that. Now let's move on to Blaze. Massively wasted potential, billed as an actual equivalent to Sonic in every way, but forced into the background either because of Silver or Shadow. Why Shadow? Underused, underrepped. True. Character remains consistent despite comic trappings, but forced to praising or being with Silver every time they're within a mile of each other. The other character, besides Amy, confirms to have a crush on Sonic. I'm not sure that this has been confirmed. So real, I haven't seen anything, but I can see it. But good luck ever actually exploring that quirk. On par with Sonic in agility and ability, but never allowed to express that in fear of overshadowing the hedgehogs. Yeah, this is also kind of a big issue. We shouldn't be afraid to overshadow Sonic or Shadow or Silver. But actually, it's not hard to overshadow Silver at this point. Amy's doing it right now. See, with Blaze, once again, Blaze just massively wasted potential, and we just got to tap back into her too. At this point, if we get anything Silver related, for a fact we're gonna get something Blaze related, even if it is like little breadcrumbs. And personally, if I get anything Silver related, I really don't want it to be Blaze related. I want these two to stand out on their own. These are two stars that can stand out on their own. Blaze has, actually, in her games, Sonic Rush and Sonic Rush Adventure, where we actually see Blaze's whole character and her whole dynamic with Sonic and even her own world, which is cool. Her entire world is One Piece. She's on the Grand Line. Excuse me, I had to burp. That'll probably be a topic for a video too. Taking some stuff from One Piece, getting it to Blaze, because that'd be fire. I don't know yet. But yeah, honestly, with Blaze, she's actually written fine. Yeah, I don't really like forcing her with Silver all the time, but I know why they do it, because they literally made these two characters like at the exact same time, or they made Blaze and they were like, we gotta get Blaze like someone on a par with her, but like is a good ship, and then that's why they made Silver. That's part of the reason why they made Silver. But yeah, like Blaze is a literal and other dimensional equivalent to Sonic, so it's like, yeah, we should explore that more because she's cool as hell, and she's got fire powers, bro. Like come on, man. I think her character could also be interesting as well, because we don't really talk about royalty in Sonic enough. We only talk about like with Sonic we talk about freedom, but with Blaze we could talk about like her struggles with royalty and also trying to make sure she's doing the best for her kingdom. Like she is the ruler of the entire Soul Dimension, if I remember correctly. If not, she's like shared ruler. I don't know yet. But for the most part, I don't think she's I don't think she's the worst. I think the worst honestly go to either Amy or Silver. All right, let's see what he had to say about Rouge. This art is fine, actually. Oh my god. All right, has the same general philosophies and attitude as Sonic. I don't know where the fuck we got this from. Same philosophies as Sonic? What? I'm gonna continue, but not allowed to express them. She's the Blaze to Shadow Silver. Either she's too greedy and self-centered, or she's uncaring and unsympathetic. She can be greedy. I actually think I'd argue Rouge is fine. Portrayed as conniving and manipulative, without the added caveat that she just likes to sort of mess with people's without actually harming them. Is Rouge a rage baiter? She might be a rage baiter. That honestly would fit her. I'm not gonna hold you. That would honestly fit her really well. Characters act as if she's untreated. She's an untreated kleptomaniac when it's mostly just a hobby. She's a heart of gold, all right, buddy. You're saying she's a heart of gold that really shows up. Potential for death, but never allowed to appear her own. Yeah, I'm gonna have to screw you right here, Chief. Oh, so the string's too quiet. Plus, it's turn music. Refresh this. Turn it down a bit. All right, wrong tab. Would I say this about Rouge? I disagree, high key. I'm not gonna lie. I low-key think her characterization is fine. If not, she's better. I wouldn't say she has a heart of gold, but she definitely does have a heart. When Rouge cares, you can tell she cares. And you can see that in Shadow Gens. How she's talking to Shadow and she's like, listen, spend your time with them, but you moved on. You have to let them go. I'm like, damn, Rouge, you spitting right now. I like that. Keep that up. But yeah, treasure hunting is always like it's more of a hobby for her. I wouldn't say she's a kleptomaniac, or would I? Because like she's supposed to be the Catwoman of this verse. But yeah, honestly, I have no opinion of Rouge. She's only gotten better. I think she's fine. High key. Potential for depth, absolutely, but yeah, I'm gonna stick with my statement. I think she's fine. I high key think she's okay. All right, Cream. Now, what are you gonna say about Cream? Next to useless as a character. All right, we're starting off strong. Kid character already fulfilled by Tails and Charming. Doesn't have anything worthwhile looking at or doing beyond. Occasionally billed as the voice of reason at times. Has no powers, no ability. Okay, damn. Oh, not too, bro. Damn, this is slander. What the heck? Cream slander in Big 2026. What are we doing? She's a child. Has no powers, no abilities, no strength, no weaknesses. Doormat at best. Canon father from the advanced series, but beyond acting. Oh, sorry, canon. Foreigner? But beyond acting as the prototypical heart character, which Amy should be. Yes, that is fair. But isn't. Has nothing to actually do. Saddled to Amy by pure necessity thanks to heroes. Okay, well, slander aside, I think Cream's fine. I high-key think Cream is fine. I think Cream should act more as a kid, but like in a less annoying way than Charmy. Charmy's meant to be annoying. I feel like Cream is meant to be annoying. Yeah, I generally have nothing to say about Cream. I think she's actually perfectly fine. The issue is that we don't got a lot to do with Cream, high key. I think she should just appear more often, doing like just little things, and then she's just kind of help out. But it's like we already have so many characters that need more depth, that it's like Cream can just kind of vibe, you know? Cream and Cheese can just kind of vibe out, you know? And we can just kind of add them to the plot here and there. Just for the hell of it, I guess. I don't know. There's not much you can do with her right now. And maybe that's the issue, but honestly, I don't think it's a big issue. Alright. Jed the Hawk. Now, Jed has actually gotten some love recently thanks to Crossworlds. Thank God, but we still need like another writer's game, because I want to get back. I want to get back to the Babylonian lore, man. I feel like we ended the Babylonian lore too soon with Zero Gravity, and I don't like that. I don't like that at all. All right, another rival and a handful of rivals, but this is never actually brought up. Often treated as a joke and an incompetent asshole, despite being the equivalent of Sonic on the board. Skill in using war fans as a weapon is never used. Oh, those are war fans? That's kind of lit, actually. Okay, hold on a second. Most consistent victim of being out of character by praising other characters when his ego is so massive, it would take a gargantuan effort on his part to acknowledge them. To date, in games is only attributed to the Rogues and Sonic. Loves to act brooding and mysterious, but it has a big temper. Recently forced to be an annoying sounding pair who just seems pathetic. Skill as a veteran thief and legendary racer never brought up. Okay, the legendary racer part is legendary racer part. I feel like does get brought up enough. I think the issue with the Babylonians is kind of just the fact that unless it's like riders, you don't really care about them. Like when it's riders, you give a fuck. When it's not riders, you don't give a fuck. Most consistent victim being out of by praising. When has he praised others? When has Jet praised anyone? I'm gonna call him Jade. When has Jet praised anyone? I don't remember him praising anyone, even in Free Riders. I feel like you're just kind of making this shit up. What? He's the most consistent victim of being out of character. I'm not gonna lie to you. I genuinely don't remember, because Jet hasn't been in shit aside from Riders, Zero Gravity, and Free Riders, and even then, I think he's relatively in character all three of those games. Even in Crossworlds, I think he's in character. In Crossworlds, he's kind of a dickhead. That's the point. He's supposed to be a dickhead. Jet is probably the most cocky motherfucker in the series, aside from like Eggman. He's even more cocky than Sonic. Loves act brooding and mysterious. Okay, where is this coming from? Am I stupid? Because I don't think we're talking about Jet. When has he ever acted brooding and mysterious, but has a big temper? I mean, he does have a temper, yes, but like I don't think it's big. I think it's like reasonable. Recently forced to be an annoying sounding parrot, who just seems pathetic. I actually think Jet sounds fine. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna leave Jet alone. I think Jet's fine right now. Jet is actually the best he's been in a minute. All right, Vector. Only recently started being rescued from the garbage pile. Still a very long way to go. Presented as goofy, greedy, incompetent for upwards of a decade. Has the skills to back up his status as a detective, but this barely comes up. Okay. See, I feel like this is a bit outdated. See, like it's thanks to Crossworld that like some of these things are just kind of not true anymore. Let's see. Ditto for being one of the strongest characters in canon, but forced to be weaker in IW to uplift comic canon characters. He punched out Eggman's vault and door heroes, but he can't pry apart regular jail bars. Okay, yeah, that's a downscale. That's a downscale. Yeah, has fire breathing skills. Oh yeah, he does have fire breathing, but you never know that. Vanilla's scant appearances has mercifully spared us from his constant affections for her, but that is on a rocky edge in itself. Interest in music is never actually used in any meaningful way. Oh, is that why nigga always wears headphones? You know, that makes sense. And he got the chain on too. Yeah, that makes sense. This nigga fuck with rap. Man. That's crazy. That's crazy. He's black for sure. Alright. Okay, now I'm not gonna lie. Everything he said about Vector is slowly getting outdated because of the Chaotix case files. And even though we can't see it, we are getting like just a lot of good Vector crowds right now to where it's like, man, I like people's favorite character will be Vector after the case files are done because it's just that good. Now the what is it? Him being stronger, but then him having to get downscaled. This I can agree with, because yes, he should be able to pry open regular jail bars. He can't even do that in the Chaotix case files. He's stuck in jail with Sonic right now, and he's not able to break through them. I'm like, dang, what are we doing? See, if Big the Cat was there, we wouldn't be having a problem. But I think right now, Vector's in probably the best places he's ever been. Also, I wouldn't say greedy. When I say greedy, he does like money. But who doesn't like money? Let's be honest. See, once again, Vector alongside Creed and just a bunch of these other characters just need to be in more games. Because yeah, you could probably have Vector in like a game, and he could help you out. Like Vector would be the guy giving you hints. Like let's say you're lost, Vector would be the guy giving you hints. He'd be like, "Oh yo, Vector, you were really helpful, bro. Thank you." That'd be great. Like you know the little computer thing in Sonic Adventure 2 when you're playing as Knuckles and Rouge. Yeah, just make that Vector. That'd be great. All right. Metal Sonic, and he's already grayed out, bro. This is already looking bad. Oh my god, bro. Already a great start. Told he is Sonic's greatest antithesis. Whoops. Sorry. Told he is Sonic's greatest antithesis, rival, opponent, and more, but never allowed to show it. All personalities stripped from him due to useless silence mandate, unless he is Neo Metal Sonic. We'll get to that later. Constantly forced to lose to probably other characters. This is true. Abused, mishandled, mistreated, and treated as a weakling, incompetent, cowardly, moronic dog to Eggman. Had a spark of character during Metal Virus, only for it to be utterly forgotten. Will never be allowed to grow now that Sage exists. He's nothing more than an annoying attack dog that can only ever harm nameless NPCs. Is not a threat unless he is Metal Overlord or Neo Metal. The literal robot equivalent to Sonic, but easily beaten or forced to retreat every battle he's been in since Heroes. Only playable appearances in a regular game has been Sonic Adventure and Episode Metal. I had to unlock him in Sonic Adventure now that I think about it. Alright, Metal Sonic, Jesus Christ, bro. Ugh. Now, I think there was actually a great thread. I'm gonna go back to Twitter. There's actually a great thread I saw that is like, where's my bookmarks? That is like here it is. Yep, this one here. It shows you like he is still the antithesis of Sonic, but everything else is like Very spot on. Oh, he's so real. I don't really care that he's supposed to be silent, because Sonic's mouse is like the one thing that he's very much known for. And Metal not having that is honestly even more telling that, like, yeah, this is robotic Sonic. He's antithesis of Sonic. He should not be able to speak often. I think when Metal speaks, it should be more special, in my opinion. Now, constantly forced to lose. Yes, this is a very big fucking issue. You're telling me that the Metal equivalent, the robotic equivalent of Sonic the Hedgehog is nothing but father, is just terrible fucking writing. That is just terrible fucking writing. I'll be so for real, man. And Metal has only gotten stronger and better over the years, and it just kind of feels like that. It feels like that he is constantly getting jumped. This man has no time to do anything, because, oh hey, he's getting jumped by 6 niggas. In that one, what is it? In that one IDW comic arc, he's fighting against Shadow, Silver, Blaze, Sonic, Tails, Amy, Omega. Who else? The Diamond Colors, that would be Tangle, Whisper. Oh, they got their voices, by the way. They sound fucking amazing. And Lanolin. He is fighting 10 niggas. He is getting jumped by 10 niggas, bro. Oh my goodness gracious. Damn, he really was getting jumped like that. I forgot about that. That's crazy. Fuck. Yeah, Metal is over here on his own, getting jumped by 10 niggas. That is absurd. That's absolutely absurd. Now, when it comes to Eggman using Metal, I'll be completely honest. I think Metal should still have a bit of rebellion against him. But it's kind of hard to do that because Metal Sonic is not a free character. He is a robot equivalent to Sonic, but because of that, he is not free. He was made to serve Eggman and defeat Sonic. So it's kind of like, what do? You know? I think one thing you should do, just make him stronger. Just make him stronger, man. Like, Jesus Christ, bro. And put him into more situations where he should be winning, or at least putting up a very good fight. Like, when Metal's on screen, bro, it should be terrifying, because this is the Metal version of Sonic unrestrained. You know how, like, people like Sonic EXE and what is that one comic? Fleetway Super Sonic, like how when Sonic's super unhinged? That should be what Metal is. He should be ruthless. He should be cunning. It's like, what was that other comic? That one panel, Archie. You're a living, thicky machine, Metal. I'm like, yes, that is my goat. That's my goat right there. Sonic, dead or alive, is mine, nigga. I'm like, come on. But, unfortunately, everything they write with Metal is just, everything in IDW is very surface level. I'll be so for real. And now that Sage is here, she's gonna be the spotlight. But Metal should still have that rebellious programming in him. It's just something that constantly pops up over and over again. Like, you cannot patch that, because he is constantly a character trying to be as free as he can. But he can't be free unless Sonic is destroyed, or at least that's what he thinks. Yeah, like he really is treated as a weakling too, and like incompetent. It's like, bro, you got the guy who can move. You got the robot that can move faster than the speed of sound. You got a robot who can move nearly light speed, just like Sonic, and he's a bum. He's a bum. How do you do this? Yeah, we just gotta put Metal in more games too, truth be told. And he shouldn't always be Neo Metal. I'll be so for real. People were saying that he should be Neo Metal all the time. I'm like, nah, he shouldn't be. He shouldn't be. Because if he needs to be Neo Metal all the time just to be threatening, then that's an issue. He's already threatening enough as is. It's just the fact that you can't write him like that, and it's so annoying. Like, Metal Sonic should be putting the Diamond Colors to shame, Cream or Rouge to shame, Vector to shame, Jet to shame, the Amy to shame, Tails to shame. The only characters that should be able to actually go toe to toe with Metal is Sonic, Knuckles, Shadow, Silver, and Blaze. And even then, it should be a close battle. It should be dicey. It should not be like one-sided, like how it is in the comics. Because sometimes it's very one-sided, and I don't like that. They make Meadow seem very weak. I don't care if he has to lose. Just make him more threatening and make him more powerful. Like, come on. Even then, that's a whole other issue. We should have Eggman win more. But that's a whole other story for another time. But yeah, I think out of everyone here, Meadow is definitely the most watched, and that's just because they don't really understand how he should be used properly. Silver, I would probably give him second place. Amy, no, Amy's higher. Cream, you're just there. You're a void. Blank spot. Vector's also a blank spot, but he's getting better. Then you would probably have like Blaze and Amy, then Tails and Knuckles, and Shadow, and then Sonic. But yeah, like, man. All right, but yeah, let's go see what people on Twitter are saying about this now. Let's go. All right, misconceptions about this. Yeah, actually, you know what? I'm bored, so and I like wasting time and being inflammatory, and this whole thing being full of misconceptions. I'm going to be too autistic to let it slide, so screw it. Thread on why a lot is wrong. Going character by character. 3, 2, 1, go. All right, Sonic. He has been PG since issue 56. This is true. It's been a while. They changed that. Thank God. Let's see. Only was aggressive recently due to fights or racing. This is also playful. Lack of interesting things. Where? Lack of interest in things. Oh yeah, why did they say that? He does have interest in things. Yeah, with Sonic Crossroads, there are definitely a lot of moments where it's like he's just being too much. It's a little too much. Like you can tell like this is the same guy who was writing Archie. Right? You can tell that this is the same type of ride that the Americans were doing, where like he's a bit more humble, but like obviously when he's spiteful, I don't know. Like I can make a whole video about that, but that time has passed, and I'm not really gonna do that. All right, Tails, not even a lore mouthpiece, and Frontiers nowhere any of that in IDW like at all, as far as I know. Not allowed to be his own character, besides the fact that being smart is a part of said character. Him getting better and on par with Sonic is his own way of being perceived recently. What is this from? Okay, okay, you're really getting into this one, huh, bud? Well, you know, I've seen my fair share of buddies, so Lee doesn't deserve that, especially from family. Oh, bullies, I can't fucking read. Oh, this is the new shit. I don't remember that at all. That's crazy. Oh, well, actually, I didn't read it, so that makes sense. Ah, okay, Tails. Hold on a second. Wait a minute. Hold on a second, Tails. Perhaps I was wrong about you. All right, Knuckles. This one pissed me off. All right, fine. All right, let your dick hang. Not allowed to be deep ever again. Wrong. Spirit Troops away again. Wrong. Thanks to IW regressed and stuck to the ME for the foreseeable future. His last appearance was him leaving the island because of an unrelated artifact. Yeah, that was pretty good actually. That was a good comic. I mean, if there was a me without the Master Emerald, without purpose, without friends, there wouldn't be him. That's deep actually. Damn, he's kind of deep like that. I didn't know that. All right. Oh yeah, this is actually a very good comic. It was like the return of Knuckles Chaotix. I dug that. That was nice. So like, you know, see he does do that every now and then. All right, Amy. Won't let her be physically strong. See, this is what I mean. Amy is physically strong in IDW, and I do enjoy this. See, I think recently this is pretty good. Like, it isn't crazy. Serves zero purpose. Dog, her whole thing is helping other people, which she is still doing. Yeah, Amy's a very good helper character. No, she's there to like build. She's there to build people up. She is never there to bring people down. She is there to build a lot of people up, and honestly, that's why she's so loved by a lot of characters in the Sonic universe. Because it's like, bro, if you hate Amy, bro, you may have to get shot. I'm gonna be so real. You hate Amy, bro. Amy's got 12 different shooters. And Sonic is her #1 shooter. Okay, you hate Amy, bro. Bro, you already got beef with Sonic. You're dead. You're dead. What are you gonna do, bro? You're cooked. You're beefing with the nigga who can move at the speed of light now. Like, what are you doing? Love for Sonic's non-existent. Yeah, like I think. Look, it has been diminished for sure, but I think what we have now is fine because there were a couple of times where I felt like her love for Sonic was just the only reason why she did anything ever, and I did not enjoy that. I'll be so for real. I did not enjoy that at all. Like I once again, here you see it, right? It's all from IDW. It is all from IDW. There is nothing from the games. It's all from IDW. This is all from side content. We need more of this shit in the games. That's the biggest issue right now. All right, Shadow. Now allowed to experience new things. Okay, Shadow Gens doesn't count because he's reliving through the entire past. I'll be in it for real. IDW's Urban Warfare. Or issue 80, etc. This is actually pretty good panel too. I like that. This is a better Shadow and Silver moment too. Because it's like, man, like these two need to talk way more. This is a good Silver moment too. This is a good Silver moment after like, what is it? This was what was this issue like 50 or some shit, something? I don't know. It was a good Silver moment after like 5 years of just like terrible Silver. But this also came after Blaze had to, you know, comfort him, you know, like that's a whole other thing. I'm not gonna look for that panel. I'll show that on screen if I can too, and I'll probably put like a post. The fences just went off. Like good work, Rouge. Oh yeah, that was a good chapter too. Actually, the art in this chapter was elite art in that chapter. I'll be so for real. All right. Silver. Either skill or actually no. Let me finish Shadow real quick. All right. But with Shadow, Constant Meyer, that's with Shadow. We just need more. We need just more new stuff. But honestly, take a break from Shadow for a little bit, or put him in some games where it's an interconnecting story like 06 and like Adventure 2, like how Sonic stories used to be. And not just all about Sonic. Or all about what Sonic is doing. Alright. Either skilled or inexperienced, or despite his lack of experience, he still has his strength and his lack of experience, he still has his strength and huge amount of determination and tenacity. Yeah, I guess that's fair. I'm not sure though. I suppose that's fair. That's fair. Sorry. Speaking is hard. I'll be so for real. And English is my only language. Attached to Blaze thanks to one scene. Is there anything wrong with that? The chemistry that Silver and Blaze has is nice, but at the same time, it just feels like that. It feels like that they are relying solely on that chemistry. And I'm just like, man, we cannot keep doing that. We need to move on. It has been way too long. We simply need to just have these two stand out on their own, or stand out with other characters that aren't Sonic or each other. It would be interesting to see Silver work with Knuckles, because they are like a similar archetype of character, except one is introverted, one is extroverted. Or just have them carry their own stories. I think Silver is more than capable of carrying his own story. Same with Blaze. It's just the fact that these baboons do not know what to do with them. Alright, Blaze. Comic trappings. Forced into praising Silver every time. No, she does praise Silver, but she does praise people a fair amount in IDW. It's not a bad thing. I think Blaze more than anyone is able to see skill more than Blaze is able to see and I guess comment on skill more than anyone else, since she is royalty, and she's fairly humble too, in my opinion. But she also knows that she is strong and that she has a fair amount of responsibility. All right. exploring her crush with Sonic, I don't really care about that. I'm not shipping daughter or shipping son. I'll be so for real. Honestly, just give them more moments together. That'd be cool. Oh yeah, that one issue in IW where she was trying to cheer him up because he felt down. She does that in 06 too, where like Silver is conflicted. But see, this is more of a situational thing where like they wrote Silver bad so they could give us a Silver and Blaze moment. So I'm just like I'm kind of not counting that. All right, Rouge. IDW Chow races and annual. Oh yeah, she was pretty nice with that one too. Not allowed to express philosophies or attitude. I don't really know what is. Yeah, this panel will change my brain camera sheet, bro. SBL, you are a fucking fraud, my nigga. Oh my god, bro. Listen, bro, your team will be fine. Your team's gonna be fine, bro. All right, manipulative without the caveat of. No, she's a manipulative, but what did you say? Without the cat that she likes. No, she does enjoy messing with people, but she's also a very good smooth talker. That is a very good part of her character. She's a very good smooth talker, bro. And listen, bro. I'm already folding. I'll be so for real. But if I wasn't folding, I think she would still get me. She's very smart, very good at her words. I like that. This song's over. Hold on a second. I'll just play this one. Let's go here. Yep. Okay. All right. Now, Heart of Gold rarely shown. Curse. What is this? Where is this from? Way back. This old like a charm. Yeah, Rouge can be nice at times for sure. Why do they After Scruff and Bumble, tell them it's cursed. This actually is a pretty good Rouge moment. I do enjoy this. Now, once again, I think Rouge is perfectly fine. Rarely shown. Yeah, once again, just mostly just comics, mostly just side content. We need more stuff in games. Now, Cream. What are you gonna say about Cream? Anytime Cream shows up, she's opposite of a doormat, whether it's crossword or IDW. Nothing to actually do when she's there. Do you actually remember a single thing she's appeared in since 2020? What is this point? Yeah, because once again, she's underutilized too. She's not in anything. The last thing she was in was... What's the last thing she was in? Heroes? I think the last game she was in was Heroes. Unless the advanced games came after that. I know she's in advanced. I know she's in Rush. And Rush. She's only in Rush, not Rush Adventure. Damn, that's crazy. You haven't seen Cream in like 20 years. That's crazy. I mean, Sonic, the racing game. I think she in Team Sonic Racing. I don't remember, but that game's not really gonna count. This was cute. But yeah, like when Cream wants to, she can put her foot down and just say, "Hey, I want to join you." I know I asked to come on adventure sometimes. You tell me I shouldn't because it can be dangerous, but I really want to help get rid of that warped fats because it reminds me of how terrible everything was during the metal virus, and I don't want anyone like those bad doctors to use it for anything evil again. Even if it's only a little bit, I want to help. See, that's good characterization. I like that. I like that. But yeah, she really isn't in it much. All right, Jet. Yeah, this one kind of sucked. I'll be so for real. I actually didn't peep he had war fans. That's actually cool as fuck. Hold on a second, real quick. Let's look at some war fans real quick. One second. War fans. Is that like is that the thing that Tamari uses in Naruto? Oh, what? Wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. War fans. Tamar. Damn. Hold on a second. Wait a minute. Hold on, Jet. Hold on, Jet. Take some notes. Take some notes, bro. Damn. I forgot. Tamari was cold too. Hold on. Wait a second, Jet. Windmaster, bro. You could put Sonic to shame. Lock in. Put that dumbass blue rat to shame. All right, Vector. Yeah, it's not. There's not much to talk about with Jet and Vector. I'll be so for real. Like this is like the FIFA race stuff never brought up. You can tell this is dated. He made this like a month ago or some shit, or like before Crosswords came out. Like this is dated. This is dated. I'll be so for real. All right. Vector. It's good to say the barely pop up. This bro. Hold on a second. Yo, this was lit, bro. I'm like, damn, my nigga Vector top tier, bro. I love him. All right. Spark. All right, now Metal. I'm interested to see what you say about this. Spark up character in Melvirus forgotten. You didn't pay attention closely enough. Well, I mean, yeah, he's still mad as fuck. I'll be honest, but there's not much going on here. Yeah, he always loses, but he can be threatening still. Based on the villain, the kids franchise. See, that's the issue. That's the issue. I think sometimes Eggman's guy can get the upper hand at the end of the game. Kind of like Kingdom Hearts, Ike. Because technically, yeah, you could save the day, right? But Xehanort was just so ahead of the game that it really didn't feel like you were winning. It felt like, oh, we just kind of postponed another inevitable battle. And then yeah, Kingdom Hearts again, like bro, 364 was it 364 in over 2 days? I forgot. That days. I'm just gonna say days because I can't count. Days was such a sad game, bro. At the end, man, like there really was no winners, bro. There was not a single winner in Days, man. And then Birth by Sleep too, man, that shit was bad too. Everyone lost in Birth by Sleep, so I think it's okay to make the villain win sometime. But it's just, I don't know. I feel like because we label this as a kids franchise, we are unable to see like that these characters should be much more threatening, much more powerful. Also, Metal Sonic's shoes right here look weird as fuck. They're too round. I'm nitpicking. I'm a Sonic fan, of course. I'm a Sonic fan. Anyway. That's everybody. I can talk about some other characters. I'll be so for real. Lynn Sonic? Is that how I spell her name? Lynn. Okay. I should be careful because this is Twitter. I might just put on this image. 1, Smash. 2, this character is she's fluctuating. I'll be so for real. She's fluctuating as hell. I'll be so for real. I like the way she was introduced, but it kind of felt like she's supposed to be deeper. She feels like a war veteran, but like I don't know, actually. It's hard to tell. Bum, 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 bum. I think like this panel, where the chapter this panel came from, was like, that left a bad taste in my mouth. I'll be so for real. It's like she's meant to be the adult in the group. The superficial adult in the group, and I'm just like, okay, we can make her deeper than that. You can make her better than that. I don't know. I feel I'm mixing her character right now. Now, let's talk about Sage. Sage, IDW. She's finally here, baby. Cause damn, she look good. She looks awesome, bro. I'm so happy she's here. Finally, finally. I haven't read the comic, but from everything that I've been seeing, Sage is awesome. I love it. Matter of fact, let's go on Twitter. Hold on a second. Black Blur. Let's find Sage real quick. Sage. Yeah, like this. I'm happy at how she is acting. I'm very happy at how she is acting. So for real. Yeah, it's like her respect and admiration towards Sonic is still good, but like you can tell she is still very much loyal to Eggman. I'm so happy about that. Sonic isn't any, but he also said, this is blurry as fuck. Sonic's my enemy, but he also stated under Eggman, that is to say, my father. For that, he has my gratitude. I should read this. I should read this freaking read this chapter. Sage. W. Lay this. Also, Belle was pissed. Yeah, Belle was tight, bro. I love Belle. I'll be for real. I like Belle. She's great. Belle was tight, man. She was pissed off the entire time. It was hilarious. I love the interactions too. Now, I think Sage is pretty good so far. We just gotta see that they can keep up this momentum. However, this gospel I've been preaching on Twitter for a bit, thanks to Corn, thanks to my goat Corn, it's finally a reality, or at least in the heads of a lot of other people. Cause bro, this nigga snapped. This nigga snapped with this. Oh, bro, thank you, Corn. That video stopped in it, yeah. But thank you, Corn, bro, because I've been preaching this gospel to my homies on Twitter for a minute. I'm like, bro, make Sage a silver villain, bro. Trust me, she would be peak as a silver villain. And it's so good to see that everyone else has the exact same fucking idea, and I'm so happy about that. And just like, even like, once again, this is a whole future setting. These are two characters who just need a lot more screen time. But man, I am just so glad. I am just so glad that people are just like going nuts with this, man. Going nuts with this. Going absolutely nuts with this shit. I'm so happy. And also, my goat got that shit on. Look at it. Got the cloak on. My goat got that shit on, bro. Oh, and Space Dog been doing some immaculate work too, man. Space Dog been giving my goat aura. This man made Dark Silver. This man made Dark Silver one time, bro. I was geeked. I was geeked. I'll be so for real. I was geeked. You see this shit, bro? Aura, and he got 4 arms. Nigga looking like he's looking like he's the Spot from Spider-Man. Man. Aura. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. But yes, safe to say, our cast is washed. It is getting better though, however. It is absolutely getting better. Because before, they wouldn't even acknowledge like Silver or Blaze. They wouldn't even acknowledge Shadow. The only Sonic games we have, Sonic was the only character who was actually there to... Sonic was the only character worth caring about in the actual game. And now we can actually have this conversation and be like, okay, yeah, we're getting better. But man, just... It really is just the fact that we have been dealing with this, or let me not say we, just like the old heads, myself included. I'm an old head. I'll be honest with you. I've just been dealing with this for so long that it's like, man, I want to see my favorite characters do stuff now. Just have them do something and have them be in character. But hey, listen. We just gotta give it a bit more time. We just gotta give it a bit more time. And truth be told, I think everyone here will actually have their moment to shine. Because, bro, Vector and the Chaotix are having their moment to shine right now. In real time. And it's fantastic. So I don't really think we're gonna have to wait too long, but it's just the fact that we have to wait. You know, I'm tired of waiting, bro. I want my Silver game. I want my Silver story. I want my Blaze story. Fuck it, I'll take an Amy story, bro. I can't wait to see what they do with Amy in that new movie. I know the Sonic movies are mixed. They're probably gonna change her character completely, but I can't wait to see what Amy does. Because that's just gonna mean, alright, that's just gonna mean more Amy stocks. And then hey, guess what? We're already talking about the future. So that means my GOAT is going to appear next. And I can't wait for that. But anyway, I'll be back. I don't know when actually. Actually, no, I'm gonna be back streaming that new Death Battle because we got Cell versus Metal Sonic. Ooh. Now listen. They be holding Sonic sometimes, but when I saw Silver beat Trunks, I was like, oh, maybe they could give Metal some props. They were already giving Metal some props in Eggman versus Bowser, and that was a beautiful fight. I don't care that Eggman lost. He should have lost. Aibo was cooked from the beginning. But man, Metal stocks went up. So, listen, I'm not sure who I'm rooting for yet. I'll have to tell you the day of. But if Metal can pull out a win against Cell, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy. But we'll see. I don't know how cracked Cell is. It's been a minute. All right, but I'm gonna head out. Thank you all for watching the stream. I appreciate it. I might turn this to a few shorts. I don't know yet, but I just really want to talk about it because our characters are just so underutilized, and we really gotta start putting them back in the limelight. And hopefully we get some news about a Sonic game soon. There's a state of play tomorrow, but I'm not sure there's gonna be any Sonic. But we'll see. If there is, I'll post a reaction. But I'm gonna be at work, so we'll see. Anyway, have a good night. Thank you for watching, and I'll see y'all later. Peace out.